It was the blink of a moment. But what a moment it was. On the stone steps of St. George's Chapel at Windsor, beneath a brilliant English sky, two royal women moved with such quiet power that time seemed to pause. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, stood tall in their refined elegance, then slowly, simultaneously, lowered into a curtsy so graceful, so perfectly in sync, that gasps echoed through the crowd. It was subtle, but it was spellbinding. No words were spoken, no grand gesture, just one flawlessly timed display of tradition and respect. And yet, in that single sweep of movement, Catherine didn't just curtsy to King Charles and Queen Camilla. She curtsied to the crown, to history, to duty, and made it crystal clear that she is still, without a doubt, the heart and soul of the monarchy. It was her first Garter Day appearance since stepping away last year for cancer treatment. And let's be honest, many of us wondered if she would return at all. But not only did Catherine return, she returned radiant, poised, regal, stronger than ever. And her every step, every glance, every moment on that sunlit path screamed one truth. The princess is back. There she stood beside Prince William, shoulders straight, smile warm, presence commanding. Her navy ensemble, impeccable. Her posture unshaken. Her aura, that quiet dignity we've all come to admire. It wasn't just a fashion appearance. It was a statement. A woman who has walked through fire and emerged more royal than ever. And Sophie, oh, how beautifully she complemented that moment. For years, the Duchess of Edinburgh has been the firm's quiet powerhouse, loyal, steady, unbothered by headlines or drama. And now, standing beside Catherine, they reminded everyone what true service looks like. No interviews, no documentaries, no desperate podcasts, just presence, commitment, grace. Together they curtsied, and in that instant, it was like the soul of the monarchy stood still and proud. Royal watchers felt it. Social media erupted. Clips of the curtsy looped endlessly on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. But this wasn't viral for scandal or shade. This was different. It was admiration, reverence. Viewers across generations were moved not by glitz, but by substance. Because here's what the world saw. Two women deeply rooted in royal tradition, but carrying it into a modern age with elegance, not ego. No fuss, no filters, just respect, discipline, and unity. And that's something we haven't seen enough of lately, isn't it? Let's not beat around the bush. There's been noise, a lot of noise. From Montecito to media deals to misguided memoirs, the last few years have shaken the palace walls. We've seen royal titles used like bargaining chips. We've seen private moments turned into Netflix content. And every time that happens, the public trust cracks a little more. But this curtsy was the opposite of all that. This was old school royalty done right. The kind that doesn't need a trailer or a brand deal. The kind that just shows up in heels, in harmony, in history. And let's not ignore the deeper symbolism here. Catherine didn't have to curtsy. She's a future queen. She could have stood still, bowed her head, or walked away. But she chose to honor the tradition, chose to model the very respect that royal protocol asks for. And that speaks volumes. Because royalty isn't just about bloodlines or titles. It's about embodying values. Loyalty, respect, humility. And Catherine, especially after the year she's had, didn't just meet the moment. She elevated it. Remember, this is a woman who vanished from the spotlight months ago amid swirling rumors and frenzied speculation. People doubted, critics whispered, but she stayed silent, dignified, focused on healing. And when she finally returned, she didn't come back with interviews or apologies. She came back with grace. And that curtsy was her mic drop. And look, no one's saying everything's perfect behind palace walls. Every family has its battles. But what we witnessed at Garter Day was something special. A moment where unity wasn't just spoken, it was shown. Even King Charles, watching from the carriage with Queen Camilla, couldn't hide his pride. His daughter-in-law, the woman who will one day stand beside his son as queen, was stepping back into the light with quiet, unshakable confidence. It was emotional. It was powerful. And for many, it was healing. A reminder that through all the drama, the duty still stands. The monarchy still endures. Now let's talk about Sophie for a second. She didn't just match Catherine's curtsy, she matched her energy. Sophie's been a pillar of consistency for years. She doesn't chase headlines, she doesn't trade in family secrets, she serves. Quietly, proudly. And her support in that moment said everything. Two royal women, standing side by side, no competition, no showboating, just shared purpose. It's the kind of image you frame, the kind that lives in memory, the kind that silences critics not with noise, but with class. Meanwhile, some people halfway across the world are probably wondering how they lost this kind of respect. Some are probably watching these clips, seething in silence, realizing that being royal isn't about what you say, it's about what you do. And Catherine, along with Sophie, just showed the world exactly what that means. So while others sell stories, Catherine shows strength. While others court controversy, she curtsies with quiet power. And the world is watching. Because in that one fluid motion, knees bent, heads bowed, Catherine and Sophie reminded us of something precious. That royalty, when done right, still has the power to move hearts. And for the people of Britain, for those who still believe in tradition, honor, and quiet grace, that's everything. Catherine didn't need to say a word. She just needed to show up. And she did. So now the question is, will the rest of the royal family rise to match that standard? Or will we keep seeing curtsies traded for chaos? Let us know what you think in the comments.